Oh, hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Very, very, very good.
What's up for this week?
This
What's
week
what's
was
happening?
this week was crazy, crazy busy. A lot of activities, obviously,
Okay.
at work.
Okay.
And obviously, when we get the chance to talk every day, almost
Hmm.
every morning, we try, to
Yeah,
talk. A lot of things to look forward to the podcast.
I
And in
agree.
fact, it's too nice that you have to do it twice.
True that. It kind of feels like the time passed by quite fast,
Yeah.
to be honest. Right.
Um.
From our previous episode.
Yeah. Especially the
And
last one.
especially the last one,
Yeah.
yes. Um, Also, it's great that we're on the streaming platforms now. We're
Yes.
live on Spotify, um, Amazon Music, Google Podcast, and Player FM, which
Correct.
is interesting.
Yes.
And I also realized that I think moving forward we'll be um, listened to on these streaming platforms as opposed to being watched on YouTube,
Yeah.
which is interesting. And I also realized that we have to be more descriptive of what we're talking about
Yeah.
rather than showing it to the
A
camera.
lot more of the usual storytelling, but
Yeah, yeah,
more
exactly.
emphatic. Yeah,
um I have to apologize in advance because I'm wearing my braces right now, so my voice and sounds weird, and my i'll be I'll be talking like having a lisp every now and then,
very nice.
which
Yes,
is awkward.
yeah,
Before we go deep into things, I'd like to give a shout out to again to Kai V for the continuous
yeah,
support. That was
absolutely.
amazing.
Just out of the blue, she sent out a bunch of recommendations, and we she talked about a collab. She
Yeah,
talked about a
yeah.
collab, which is great.
I'm really looking forward to the collab on the Kamustahan.
Yeah,
We're I'm still not sure in what form
in
it
what
will be.
format?
Yeah,
Correct. That
in
would be
what
interesting
format.
to explore. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So salamat guy for the support. I also want to thank the people who have engaged with the post for
yeah,
this week, like favorite movies, and yeah, actually this week has been more about movies. So
yeah. I engaged a lot and replied.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see the different preferences or
Of course. Yeah, yeah,
favorites of people. Um, Shane's cousin Boyet,
yeah.
shout out Boyet. He also went into the the nostalgia of having VHS and Betamax players
Oh,
before. So
that.
it was fun reminiscing, and he described that if you have to watch the movie again, you have to put the tape on a rewinder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was about to say, you can't have a Betamax and a VHS without your trusty
yeah,
rewinder na sakyanan.
yeah. And another very good friend of mine, and also a close brother of mine, Coco Suwanko, also described that kung wala daw kay rewinder, imo daw ipatuyok sa kutsara.
Wala sa experience. Grabe
What's
na sa
okay experience?
grabe sa
Grabe.
nagkutsara.
It was-
Magtotod, what if ang salida 120 minutes?
yeah, exactly.
Totod na tuyok.
Kapila na nga
Ah,
revolution sa kutsara.
binuang.
But it was fun. Yeah,
Musikan.
thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks.
Dagan salamat
Wala
for.
rin naka-mention na to. I was following the thread. It was really funny kay makabalik big ka makaano na ka nga naka-agitag Betamax and obviously kato
Yeah.
VHS. Ang isa sad nga dapat din mo magkalimtan nga naa ka dapat kung nakay Betamax is 110. Nakay 110 na transformer.
Oh yeah, yeah. Another thing as well, which I remembered, which popped up during that thread as well, is kanang cleaner.
Oh, kanang cleaner.
Cleaner, di ba?
Oh.
Kanang magbutang kag liquid on a tape,
Nayabo.
di mo ding isulod, then that would somehow clean
Clean.
the head,
That would clean the head of
the
your
player.
Betamax or
No,
VHS.
it was fun.
Those were the trusty ones. Yeah.
Another thing that happened this week is I migrated my playlist on one account on Spotify
You
to
did.
the other account. So I shared I'll be sharing for the rest of the next week the nostalgic playlist that I've migrated. So I've shared it with you, with Blutz,
Yeah.
and with Xpaps on our group chat.
Tsada
And
bitaw, tsada ang mga playlist makaluha sad ta kay
yeah,
nostalgia jud.
yeah.
Oo.
So I can't wait to share that next week on our. So I think next week it'll be music week.
Yeah. Movies this week and
Yeah,
then music next week. So
music
something
next
to
week.
look
So
forward to.
yeah, so that'll be fun. Speaking of fun,
How's your epiglottis?
how's your esophagus?
It's doing okay.
Yeah, my I it's really weird hearing my voice with my braces on.
Yeah. You'll get used to it.
Yeah,
You'll get
yeah,
used to it.
soon. All right. Speaking of
Kantsawan
fun,
kita ning style ba?
for sure.
For sure.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Anyways, so we from the last episode we decided that the 90s toys and mga lingaw na to so na would deserves a second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nice. You'll have to do it twice.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And you listed a couple of or a number of toys which we've missed during the first episode. First one is the Tamagotchi, which was interesting,
Yeah.
which was huge. Did you have one of
I
those?
did not have one.
Same, I did not.
Akong classmate nga mga girls na sila.
Okay, yeah.
Kanang pitay butang sa bag,
Yeah.
sakit sa bag. Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
kung di mo bahugan, mamatay, mahilak.
Pagkatawa ko anong kanang
Gid ba mo
magluya bitaw.
namatay, magluya.
Kanang magluya nga stage ba?
Noon sa ko namatay akong pet.
So, interesting fact. So
Paper clip ray katapat.
Tamagotchi is a combination of two Japanese words, obviously. Tamago or it's tamago or tagamago. I think it's tamago.
What is the two words?
So
Tamago.
Tamago is egg
Yeah.
and uchi is watch. So technically it's an egg watch.
An egg watch.
Yeah, so it was invented or released by the video game company called Bandai.
Bandai.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was first released in November of 1996.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a simulation game. It's officially termed as a keychain-sized virtual pet simulation game.
Correct.
And basically, the latest stats for it was as of March 2021, over 83 million units were sold. Interesting.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
But yeah, that was a huge thing.
That was a definitely huge thing because we were just at awe of those classmates na naayato and then
Yeah.
they were so much into it,
Um,
feeding it and
Speaking of which, nakadumdum na nang kog kanong kon bitaw katong kisses nga mga anak.
ako sa imo ha nga di dapat malimtan tong kisses nga bye akong
Bay. Ibutang sa ibutang sa gapas.
puspuro paano sa gapas niya. Hala nitulo na siya. So
Was that even real?
man,
What was-
I was too dumb to pay attention but nag-think ko nga nanganak siya at
I really don't know if that were true.
It just smells good. I mean, I just kind of like
Yeah, the smell was good.
the smell was good. But ingon sila mga anak ang kisses. So yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Great.
So to all our batchmates who are listening to this, please confirm kung tinod na nga
Yeah.
mga anak ng
Katong
cases. I
nagi-
never knew.
Yeah.
I never knew if that were true.
Kato na first-hand experience kid nga nakapanganak gid og mga-
Yes, please.
Yeah. Please
That'll
share.
Please share.
Please share your stories.
Yeah. Another toy you mentioned was the Slinky.
Kana.
So it's also interesting. It was invented by an American naval engineer.
Engineer.
Yeah, back in 1940s. So
40s toy pwede na siya, no?
yeah.
Mm.
So I saw the picture of the original. I'm not sure if that was the original one, but it looked like an industrial spring.
Mm. Kay
It's
puthaw man siguro na siya,
yeah,
right?
it is.
Mm.
It looked like a very heavy metallic
Mm.
item, and in addition to being a toy, basically it was used as a classroom teaching tool,
Yeah.
which was interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. Wala man nila gimension kung unsa na subject, but I would guess it would be physics. Maybe.
Probably would be physics.
Yeah.
Yeah, because motion and
Yeah.
uh,
Exactly.
movement, perpetual movement. Akong lingaw to sa Slinky before was ipadagan bito siya sa ipalihok siya sa stairs.
Exactly.
Kaya
Yeah,
number
that was
one
the
gid.
fun part because it looked like a living thing just
Yeah.
walking down the stairs,
But
which was fun.
yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of physics, kinsa tong physics nga maestra gani?
Ako si Donna Mijares
Donna
sa
Mayar. Oh yeah.
P6.
Wasn't she also a science teacher in general, or that I like a science teacher?
Yeah, we had Teacher Divine. We had yeah, I can remember si Mrs. Donna Mijares. Mo to
Yeah.
siya ang pinaka teacher gid sa science. We had a lot more but obviously kato mga how to say pinaka coordinator I think sa department. So
Yeah.
si Ma'am Donna.
Cool.
Did you like your sciences though? Like I do remember na silang Teacher Claire Pania. They were doing
Ooh, teacher
okay.
Claire Parr.
don't don't ever
Okay. We'll talk about that later, but yeah. But to
memorable teach.
answer your question, no, I did not like my sciences. I was
You
really
did not.
poor at it.
Yeah.
Um, well, to be honest with you, I didn't enjoy, or there wasn't a subject that I enjoyed the most in high school because I was a mediocre student at best. The moments that I enjoyed high school was, while we were hanging out or playing music or whatever that is. Siguro the subjects that had meaningful impact to me was obviously literature.
Yeah.
Um,
The Shakespeare's.
yeah, the Shakespeare's,
That's
Sir
good.
Ralph, that had an impact on me. And siguro Filipino by teacher Lenigaco.
Let Lenigako.
Yeah,
Yes.
she
True.
she's
True.
my she's my most favorite teacher, and which we'll
Tinod.
we'll we'll,
Tinod.
we'll, we'll talk about later.
Mm,
Just a couple of things
sure.
more. Swatch watches.
Yes.
That was also a big thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Because of the colorful
yeah,
colorful straps and then nato yung mga different watch faces. Yeah,
yeah,
it was also quite expensive that time.
yeah. It
Yep.
was
Yeah.
it was also a statement piece, wasn't
Statement
it?
piece. Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So also, I did a bit of research, and they said that Swatch watches were supposed to be secondary watches.
What do you say secondary watch? What does that mean?
So you have primary watches, which are the expensive ones. So let's say the Rolex, the Omegas, and all that.
Yeah.
So Swatch was supposed to be your secondary, so the casual ones,
Okay.
which was obviously makita man ni sa design, diba?
Yeah. Also known as for people like me, your only watch.
Yeah, exactly. The poor kids like
Why
us.
would you want to have a Rolex?
Yeah. And the idea, so basically from according to the company who made the Swatch,
This
the
was a Japanese.
the idea was that the watch could be analogous to a necktie or any
Nice.
fashion accessory.
There you go.
And the unique selling point was that because it is associated with any fashion accessory, you can think of it as, for example, one does not own just one tie,
One tie. Yeah.
one pair of dress shoes, one scarf. You always have multiple of them.
Yeah. To
So
fit the occasion, to fit the style.
exactly. So that was the intention behind the Swatch watch. The only thing is, di ta ka afford
That for me
more
it was
than
it
one.
was much more simpler. It was my admiration to Mikey Kawanko. That was the time when
Oh
Mikey.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Mikey was like she's the
Didn't
perfect.
she wear this at a
Was it the
um,
Olympics or ASEAN somewhere?
Olympics? I think it was the
I think it
Olympics.
was Olympics. It was big on, or maybe the ASEAN.
She was cute though.
Yeah, she was cute.
She was plenty cute.
Mikey.
Yeah.
With the dimples.
True. And then you described the Corpus Christi starter pack,
Just
which
this,
was interesting.
just this morning, of course.
Please
But you will
introduce.
relate
Yeah.
on what I said. So
Okay. So please introduce the Corpus Christi
okay.
starter pack.
So most of you would agree who went to school between the middle 90s to
Mhm.
early 2000 that this is the official Corpus Christi starter pack.
Okay.
So let's begin with your bag.
Yeah.
So your bag of choice to carry all your books
Mm.
is a JanSport.
Yep.
Your JanSport bag must have
Yep.
a leather bottom.
Oh yeah.
Any
Yeah.
JanSport without a
Mm.
leather bottom is considered a secondary bag. Okay,
Kay kung ipatong nimo basa ga yuta
there
or
you go.
salog, dili mo basa imong libro.
Yeah, of course, kay leather man siya.
Yeah.
Which is also, since na kay JanSport nga bag nga leather imong bottom, susceptible ka for what you call kawat or tabla. So you have to be very, very careful around this
Yeah.
equipment.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to guard it with your life. Ayaw siya pataka ibilin
Mhm.
sa kung asa ang mga bata gadula-dula, because the next thing you know, ang nabilin na lang ang imuhang the second item on the starter pack, which is ang
Cool
Coleman.
man.
Yes. So,
Exactly.
ang Coleman, the original Coleman, muna siya ang katong nagimarka nga Coleman. It
Exactly.
comes in different colors,
Yep.
but
And different sizes.
different sizes. But obviously, the standard size is katong masudlan siya og napulo ka baso na tubig.
Yeah.
Okay? Kaya mo man ang gingon sa mga drink your
Yeah.
water. Okay?
You know who I remember carrying this?
A lot.
Si
lot of them
Yancy.
kids. Of course.
Sona sa grade
Of
school.
course. So the compliant ones obviously kay corpus man, so
Mm.
dapat blue sa dangyahang color.
Yeah.
Okay, kung light siya nga color, obviously then, and if it's not Coleman, there are multiple choices. Pwede
Yeah.
ka mag-iglue and everything.
True.
So,
Before you go on to the next item, I just want to share something about the Coleman or water jugs in general. So
but
my
why though? Why?
my mother bought one.
Okay.
It's the small to medium size. So
Ah.
it's kanang ma-carrier ni mo siya. It's not the big ones nga para sa uman classmate nato. So I had the medium size ones. And so syempre sudlan ng tubig ganana. And then one time I don't know what my mother was thinking. Maybe she was really taking care of me.
She,
Isudlan niya
She
og
is, she is.
juice.
Oh.
Diba? So let me in juice. Wow,
Oh.
this is amazing. And obviously, you cannot drink juice or dili ka mandaman ng juice every single day.
Of course,
you
yeah.
know, of the week. So from the juice, nibalik na pagkag tubig.
Tubig.
And guess what? Unsay lasa sa
Imong tubig. Lasa siya
Juice.
juice.
And it's the
Humot siya juice.
Oh,
pero lasa siya tubig.
exactly. It's the same experience where kung kung magbutang ka og kanang durian sa ref,
Oh my God.
galasa siya tubig,
Oh,
pero hubot
humot siya
durian.
durian. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So, man yung tawag na paasa siya nga mama. Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to my mom though.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for making the extra effort
Yeah.
and putting juice in my water jug.
sure. And dili na mawala, obviously, to continue with our starter pack,
Yep,
which is,
going with the
we
starter
had the Coleman. Ang next dapat ni mga naaka is you have to have your Tupperware ng mga lunchbox. You have to be able to come up with
yes.
your
That's true.
tiffin. Ang tawag diri sa UAE kay tiffin. So dapat obviously
What was the name of it?
tiffin.
Tiff-
Like your meal, like they call it
Oh,
tiffin.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So katong magbaon, because most of us when we were grade school, I think magbaonan magita like sandwich or
Yeah.
anything. Dito naman ta sa high school nga nag-inarte na ta nagdita magpabaon
Yeah.
magpaano na lang ta, just give me money and then paita sa
Yeah.
canteen.
Yeah.
Before we would bring baon and we would have sandwiches, and then there's another compartment for your chocolate, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah,
have another
exactly.
compartment for
Yeah.
your chips, and you have another compartment for your nagaraya and whatnot. So you have to have those, and of
Mm.
course, imong Tupperware, it has to be in a sports themed or cartoon themed na
Yeah.
lunchbox.
Yep.
Dapat, it has to be there. So that's like we could, when we were younger, when we were smaller, we carried a lot of things.
True.
And I probably would be the reason why daghang kay putot sa tumbach kay. I know, we carried a lot of
Well, there
shit.
is such a thing as well as Asian genes.
Stunted growth. I mean, how many books did you carry?
Yeah, that
katong-
was a lot though.
I mean, how many? We had a lot of subjects. I mean, probably, we
Probably
had
more
10
than
books.
5, 8.
Mga 8 to 10 books, right?
Yeah, 8
Wa
to
pa'y
10
labot
books,
imong notebook, and then
Yeah.
I mean, were you bringing also 1/4 sheet of paper, 1/8 sheet of paper?
At one point in time, I think I brought 2 types of them. Katong 1 sheet of paper, and then I think I had the 1/2 because I figured I can just split the 1/2 into
Yeah.
1/4
Good
if
for you kay
needed.
naa ka.
Yeah.
My bag was probably lighter kay sige mo pangayo sa likod.
Yeah.
Maayo ram ko nila ni Mark Anyos
Tublo ka
and
gid sa mandumduman na nga sig pangayuan
it's a-
sa Mikihano.
Of course.
Shout
Of
out sa
course, sa
Mikihano.
Mikihano. Na
Kada bitaw mag-atbang ta sa classroom kani
it takes
sa
one look, Rovena.
Jesus. You leeches.
Man, leeches. And
Yeah.
napag ginay, there's that one classmate mo, yung gid siya na probably kay wala siya na tagaan sa memo sa starter pack. Mga siya nga, okay, class, bring out 1/8 sheet of paper lengthwise. One half
Sheet of
one
paper.
half sheet of paper lengthwise. Ma'am, lengthwise,
Right,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Lengthwise ba to?
There is one.
There's
There's
that one.
always that one.
Dili, 1/8.
You forgot to mention on the starter pack the binder notebooks.
Those binders became fashionable pag high school naman nato because we had
Was it high school?
high
I thought it
school.
was
I
grade
think
school.
it was high school. Kay when we were grade school, we were encouraged to have mabita yung kasi mo stunted growth ta because we had a lot of your notebooks. Mabita tong imong notebook ni have one notebook for English, one notebook
Oh
for
yeah, that's
you have one
true.
notebook for
That's
Filipino, for civics,
That's
civica at
true.
cultura, remember?
Mm-hmm.
That was a shit right there. So you have to have that.
Yeah.
But high school, we had the binder.
Yeah. The
And if you didn't have a binder, dili ka cool.
yeah. Oh my god.
Dapat na kay binder.
I used to remember once you had the binder, it didn't stop there.
You
you
had to
have to-
bind.
You have to have an endless supply of the sheets inside.
Binder dividers,
Yeah, exactly.
different colors.
And obviously the highlighters and stuff.
Na kalandrakas kayo kay for example kanang magkadipo-dipo na kay wala na ang imong notes sa Filipino na sa physics.
Exactly. Kanang dili na mo maog kon.
Sakit ako notes. To end the starter pack, obviously
Oh,
you
yeah.
cannot be a kid of the 90s if dili ka mapasikat sa imong mga sapatos. So obviously when you were I mean if you're probably a like an eldest son, probably or probably the youngest, you probably have the benefit of getting your shoes get passed on to your brothers or your sisters. But
Yeah.
the common nga mga sapatos sa una was always katong mga pump shoes. Tawag na, how is it pump shoes?
Lagi nga pump shoes ang tawag na eh. Beats
Pump
me.
basket. Pump shoes.
Ganun pump shoes
Pump,
na. No?
bay, so tayong pump
Pump
shoes.
shoes. Oh.
Pump shoes. So we had the Mighty Kids back then. We had the
Yeah,
add-in.
At the ends.
You know, we had a lot.
Nikes during grade school were relatively luxurious, diba?
Gipadala sa imong tita nga nasa States.
Yeah, something like that.
For sure. Imong tita nga nurse nga.
And
Taga New York.
high school, what were we wearing high school? Adidas was common ones.
Katong
and,
ano pa, katong three ano pa siya, 3 leaves pa siya, dili pa
yeah,
siya
the three
stripe
leaves.
for sure. Yeah.
And then you have the Treturns, as you mentioned, add-ins, the butterflies.
The butterflies.
I had
yeah.
those. Footstep,
Advan.
Advan. Those were the. I loved the Adidas back in the
But
day. Those were
Okay,
stylish.
so kung those were like the kinds of shoes, but do you remember the time nga almost tanan taon, like 9 out of 10 nga classmate nimo kay gasutog Islander slippers? But why though?
But what? I mean, what's wrong with Islander slippers? By the
I'm
way,
asking you. I don't know.
I've never worn slippers in school. That's for one.
Nasikat gigay.
Mo ba to katong baga, di ba?
Itong baga nga Islander, nga kanang nakasulat Islander, everyone was wearing it. If they were not wearing Birkenstock or katong mga
Were there Birkenstock at nga panahon?
oh see Dr. Joseph Garcia was just
Really?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
Mr. Birkenstock.
I'm late to that game, so no, I don't have an
He
idea.
had these
and-
brown Birkenstock na really really heavy and it will really make a sound. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. But when the starter pack cannot be completed, obviously there was a lot of like it held a lot of clout when you were a kid because sometimes you
Sure.
know pag first day of classes,
Yeah, bagog sapatos.
pagutanan,
Yeah.
pag uli sa balay, gabi ka sa lusuan tiil. Tagang kay mga hubag-hubag kay
Kadumdum ko sa una nga
pilas lang sa.
katong I went to school on a new pair of shoes that was an Adidas Samba.
Yeah.
Was it a Samba? Yes.
Samba? Yeah.
Yeah.
High school?
Yeah, high school. It was an Adidas Samba and grabe to ka pristine on day
Grabe to,
one.
bay.
And here comes Cookie Musni
Kana.
Kana bitaw mong magtunob kay bunyagan.
Bunyagan.
Sakit kay akong tilad to ba kay
Dili sakit
gitumban.
imong dugan. Ang
Hindi
imong
sakit
tiil
akong
gyud.
tunaw akong tiil gyud kay gitumban gyud kagayo ni
I
Cookie
can't
Miss ni.
imagine Cookie doing it to everyone.
Yes, yes. Should be one of those person
Bay
who
virginada na to bay bunyagan.
bunyagan.
And then you start dancing na dayon the. Up, 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 up.
Yep, that was the starter pack.
Kid starter pack. I mean,
Well done though.
kids
Well
can
done.
tell.
Well done.
Yeah. That was
and
related. That was good. I mean, that was the starter pack.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
One of the things that we talked about during our chat with Kai was this batch bingo that our dear president Aimee Villaraza created.
What was she put it she put it forward. She
Yeah.
she had a poll, and what
Yeah.
were the results?
Actually, waho kabalo sa results kay I just saw two persons. I mean, number one, I mean, she created
Yeah.
this, so I saw her answers. Number two, si Queenie Sid also had her answers. But I thought this is an interesting exercise for us
Yeah.
to go through. Wala mo guna ko ni nansiran last year, so might as well. It's also fun to remember kung kinsa ning
I
mga
think
tawhana.
most of the girls answered it before us. I mean, I saw the bingo, but I didn't participate. I think I didn't participate. Maybe.
No, I wasn't able
But
to.
I saw this card. I saw this batch
Yeah.
bingo.
Yeah. So for everyone who didn't see this bingo card, so it's a if you think about bingo with 5x5 boxes, each of the box had a description or pangutana, and you'd basically answer that. So, for example, one of the questions was perfect attendance. So, kinsay mo dumduman had a perfect attendance. Kinsay mo mga kabarkada, that's one of the questions. Nakaapil ba kag Battle of the Bands, or of any person who you can associate with joining the Battle of the Bands, and so on and so forth. So,
Yeah.
let's take a stab at it.
Yeah. What we'll do is first thing on your mind within 5 seconds.
True.
That would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Sige, sige.
All right, let's start with
You first. You first, then me.
perfect attendance. Apay 5, I would say.
True that. April and Uyang. Yes.
Yeah, I never remembered
Same
her.
answer. There was another one. I think I remember her name was Olvi Deason.
Oh yes, Olvi. She
I'm-
had a reputation.
I'm shocking you with all these old names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Gipa squat. I don't know what this means, but siguro kato siguro gipa squat nga sa una nga.
Gipa squat katong
Mga gipang punish.
Gipang punish. Oh.
Kinsa may gipang squat sa una? Ako man, I mean, I would remember myself and Deo. Talaw sa una.
So
Maybe.
inayin na lang. I'll describe it to you. Same. Nasi Deo ana fold. So there's Deo York Talaw, Heinz Linditan, and yours truly,
Yeah.
Mickey Rodriguez sa likod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsa nga subject nga gipa-squat ka?
Usually math.
Math?
Yeah. When you don't do your maths. Dili pa maths.
Really?
Wala assignment. Obviously those. I don't know why. Wala sila assignment nga. Mga Chinese man sila. I mean, they're quite good at math.
You
But
just,
okay, fine.
you
I mean,
just
probably
blurred
for
out
other things why we pasquat mo sa likod. But being like in that class and may pasquat ka, it's okay from the beginning. Kaya ngisi-ngisi pa ka, but then later on, magkurog na yung mong tuhod ba? It became embarrassing. And then you start to sweat. So
Can't believe you just blurted out the racist comment.
should be good at math.
Assignments and being Chinese.
Yeah,
Jesus
good at
Christ. All
You
right.
pasquat ba ka before? I mean, you never did probably.
Yeah, I did. I remembered. I just don't. I remember nakasquat ko. I don't remember kinsay nagpa-squat sa ako, but I did.
I can do it all day because I,
Yeah,
weird
exactly.
stuff.
What
But
was that?
yeah,
Battle of the Bands, obviously. Yeah.
I remember
ourselves.
that. I was watching it and I was in it. So
Yeah,
both
true.
of us. That
Both
makes
of
both of
us.
us.
Nakatulog sa clinic pasumangil.
Never for me. But I know
No.
a few nga gainan na.
Kinsa? I don't know. Anyone?
Probably there was one
Wait. Let me correct me if I'm wrong kung Um, ako muna dumduman si Did Makoy ever slept
He would cross my mind, but he would go all out. He would probably just go
go
home
home? Yeah, yeah.
and
So
sleep.
I'll take that back. Kay pero
Yeah,
pa ko kadumdum dol man siya balay.
kasandig boy.
So kung
So
matulog siya, diretso na siya sa
there
balay
was that
matulog.
there was that mudos tingnan ko si mo. I chatted you na kanang before lunch musayamig uli niya. Ang con was guard kanang kitong tiyan na
Mm.
uli niya. Kamu tulo kitag tiyan. Tiyan which wala na. Ang padong na straight lunch niya. So yeah.
Okay, who kinsa pa lain yung madumduman?
Gosh.
I can't
Wala
believe
man.
someone could pull this off.
No
by the
one
way.
would. I mean, kato siguro probably sa mga girls katong mag-period sila when they were
Well, that's understandable, but kanang
Like-
ang nakabutang mo din nakatulog sa clinic pa
I
sumangil.
never had a classmate na yan na siguro.
Yeah.
Because I dreaded the clinic. Eh, mumutong either turukan ka sa imuhang vaccination or,
Yeah,
they'll
something.
probably go to the dentist. So, not really my thing.
Na-suspended because reasons.
You first. Did you have ever?
Haven't been suspended.
I think once.
Were you?
Mm.
Really?
Suspended. I think yeah, I think ipa-clean me. I think it was report teacher na. I think it was either ID or I was something else. Basta, it was something very
Yeah.
normal. It wasn't really violent or whatever.
By the way, I realized that
Third year.
most of the names that we're blurting out here are mostly from our section RNS. So
shout out.
it's very biased. So to everyone or to anyone who's listening to this who's from
From M N
yeah,
O
exactly,
P
from
Q
the other sections,
T U V.
please do participate. Please hit us
You
up.
are a part of that crazy year.
Yeah.
Crazy years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y
So
two K.
also apologies in advance. Kay most of our circles are within the section. So for me, it's mostly sa S. So
Yeah.
mga ngalan akong gaka-mention mostly sa S, except for a couple of individuals na kainom nako before or kasabay nako on some sa mga banda and everything else.
At sa akong part, obviously, si Elsfet Jill Rago.
This
Definitely.
is the fourth
Leleng.
uh,
Never maging mi nag-classmate ever ni
episode.
Leleng, but
yeah.
baka naman.
Alright.
Leng, comment na siguro. This is the time.
Comment na link.
Comment na Leng. Sa may silingan ngets.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next question. Perfect attendance. Suki ni teacher nene.
Perfect attendance. Suki ni teacher nene.
Mm-hmm.
I can say this with confidence. Kina amigo kay Miani pag call center days na mo. Ay, wailain ba? Fritz dancing. Fritz
Sakto.
part.
Sakto. Shout out Fritz.
Notorious B.I.G. / Jay-Z. Fritz dance. Come on, man.
Mo. Nga nung permi man si Fritz kang
And of
teacher
course,
nene.
kung na si Fritz,
Napod si.
Yui Ukab.
Yes, you.
Pastor Yui Ukab.
Yes.
Obviously, karon. So,
Wait, hold up. All right. So let's break this down. Nga nung permi si Fritz kang teacher nene so na.
it was fun there, probably.
Sige pa siya ka late. Maybe ang attendance masir to yung kwan.
No, probably just being, just having a lot of fun. I wasn't keeping tabs, but one time, one time I remember, and he probably doesn't remember this. One time, nag-borrow ko siya yung bula, and he went to I think he went upstairs, nag-cleaners ata sila, and then nagdula may basketball nilang murky, and then na-teacher ni Agi, from gibadlong na may one time na kanang, can you stop dribbling? So, wala na yung nag-dribble. Nag-atum sa pikas nga court, but kailangan mo balhin kaya na practice ng mga varsity.
Yeah.
Nigawas ng teacher balik, give me the ball, ikuha ang bula. So, pag mo confiscate ang bula, you know the rule.
Yeah,
Makuha mo at the end of the school year.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I was shooting bricks and I was so scared.
Kagin sa mo to ka bula.
Bula ni Fritz.
Bula ni Fritz.
So,
Of course.
every day, at ngan ko ni Fritz sa akong classroom. Singlon ko sa bula. And I every single day,
I remember this, by the way.
nagid
I
ko
remember
excuse
this. Yeah.
kung asa ang bula. Until nakuha na mo siya and then we became friends.
So he never knew that it was confiscated.
Never knew. He probably realized na he was always a teacher na this Bula looks familiar. But I nauli naman siya after that. I
Oh,
probably even stole it. I probably even at some point stole the ball. But I did return it in one piece.
yeah, I do remember.
Man, these
Yeah,
But Fritz was your classic, like one of those schoolmates that you probably never forget. And because
he's a fun guy.
first cousin siya ni Eric Tagoy,
Yeah.
ni Eric Tagoy. So it was really, he was hanging around. He was, quite, he was always there
I'm
with Yui, obviously.
I'm pretty sure he would have a lot of stories too. If we get a chance to talk to him. I
Yeah.
remember Fritz. Sige siya, he always had that smile
He had that laugh, man.
and laugh.
And that like
Exactly.
bugal-bugalun kay nga katawa bitaw na murag
Exactly.
he even had a like kanang gitawag ta like adult glow up at some point na he was so fun to be with pag work na mo because we was in the same company Cebu and he just was so cool. I mean it was so good to be Fritz because he had it, man. He was so funny. He
Yeah.
is funny. So
Yeah. Shout out
Suke.
Fritz.
Suke is his teacher and he knows that for sure.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Um. No, I can't.
Can't name
Can't.
names?
I can't name names. You
What
know
is it?
me. I'm really poor with my memory. Gamay ra ka ako madumduman. All right. Let's move on. The marriage booth. Sorry. Marriage booth, jail booth, handcuff.
Once, I think, once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Underclassmen.
Same.
I think the ratio would be mas daghan ka nga times gakadakpan. I think I was probably just volunteering myself nga madakpan ko. I was just like, hey,
I think
I'm nearby.
I can't remember if did the boys initiate this or was it more the girls?
More, man.
Kani ako di madumduman sa
Combination man.
combination, di ba?
Combination, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually would be like people na maglingkod lang randomly somewhere near the like
Yeah.
ledges because remember we had these nice stairs mga whereas makatambay lang ka to watch the game so
So can you remind me how this goes? So someone would request from kanang ga organize ng marriage booth
please hook these two people up
and magbayad ka something, right?
five or
Yeah,
something five
something.
5 pesos or 10 pesos that
And
time.
then those organizers
Yes,
will be
those yeah
the ones
bounty hunters will find those folks
yeah,
and
find those folks in. Okay.
and the only way nga matubos is kung mag-kiss or mag dare or
Oh yeah, there was a tubus factor.
batang saba kayo kay Merg, yes.
Yeah. Fun
So
times.
would have been a perfect excuse to get French kissed if
Now that
you
I
had that
now that
chance.
I think of it, I
That would have been a great scam.
I would have taken advantage of probably so
I would
so
probably
knowing
not.
knowing what I know now, I would probably ask a friend. So let's say si Badit, I'll probably ask Badit, dit iset up ko ani niya. And then
Sure.
Badit will be the one who will be paying that. And then I'll act surprised nga. Uy, unsa man yun? Unsa man yun?" And then
That was always the reaction.
yeah, di ba? Unsa man yun? And then magpa dili ka. But then when you go there, set up na mo duwa, and then I would have done that.
That would have been so awkward for me. I would have never had a conversation. I would have never met anybody eye to eye.
I don't have problem having a conversation, so
Never
but
did.
that's just me.
Yeah, that was high school.
Yeah. Anyways,
Next box.
next box represented CCS in inter-school competitions.
Oh yeah,
Did you?
of course.
Interesting.
How and when I
Katong science project ni mo.
garbage the how to say recycling
Yeah.
garbage and turn it into more garbage.
So for me, the person I can remember is si Brian Montaza.
Burn.
Katong
Is it chess?
chess ba to yung gidula? Chess ba to? Basta na siya competition niya
Something.
pilan.
No,
Yeah.
he was also winning.
I think it was a sporting something chess. Bray, do let us know on sa tunga sport. But I remember you were traveling quite a bit during that time.
Was it Damath?
Yes, there you go. The math. Sakto, di ba? Katong murag dama nga, obviously. It's the math.
Damath with your maths.
Yeah, dama. Yeah, he was really
I
good
think
at it.
mga champion man to sila nilang Aimee, nilang Heinz. I mean,
Really?
Deo.
Did they participate? Yapon na to?
I mean, you're good at math, so they're
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, shout out Bray.
Yeah.
That was really good.
And then probably the inter-school nga ka ng mga contest, for example, like when it was press week, nga katong mga extemporaneous
Yeah,
contest, and we would, it was fun though, okay? Na yung mga other schools na like from Lourdes or
yeah,
from Montessori.
yeah.
I
Nice.
met, and I had a huge crush,
Kras.
crush.
Kakitsa ka na kakras. Kakitsa ka na kakras ba?
Man, I will not forget the how to say the daughter of the owner of CCC,
Huh? Kinsa man na?
si Anna.
Ano who?
Um, Anna, the daughter of the owner of CCC Capital CU.
Right.
Who's the owner of CU?
I don't
This
know. I don't
guy,
know.
this guy with the nice mustache.
Was she cute?
Sure, yeah,
All right. I believe you.
Anna Juarez. Don't
Was
forget
that
her name. That's her name. Yes,
for sure?
for sure. For
All right.
sure.
Next box. Okay, this is interesting. Nagdayon gyud sila.
Neda and Gussie.
I would say the same.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of well, no, actually I take that back.
Take it back.
I take that back because the couple who I spent the time the most was Jobo and Queenie.
Mm. Right.
Because of Rhythm Bureau. I knew
We had a feeling that there were,
yeah, I knew
that it was gonna it was gonna be headed there.
looking at them and being with them during sa Rhythm Bureau days, I knew that they
Yeah.
would, go on a long-term
Me too, because
relationship.
I always saw how Jobo was with Queenie, and it
Mm.
was just not. That was him with her,
Yeah.
and it was a obviously a special relationship.
Gussie and Neda as well.
Quiet,
That's
quiet,
yeah, that's
very private na mga people. It was very nice.
yeah,
Nice.
that's a very
Goals,
nice
those
story.
were Brian and Sweet Sweet
Sweet
Buno.
Sweet
That was
also.
a
Yeah.
surprise. Yeah, it's a nice.
Ivor and
Bambi.
Bambi. That's also a story.
That's a
Yeah.
surprise.
So congrats to you guys.
Yeah.
Very
Roads leading, no matter where the
yeah,
roads led
yeah,
back then.
yeah. It
Crazy
would be
story.
nice to have you guys on the podcast because it'll be I'm also really interested to hear your love story on the journey, especially for well, it's both, right? Because you would it's an interesting story nga nag-uya mo in high school and then how you progress until nagminyo mo. And also another very interesting story, for example, with the likes of Ivor and Bambi and Brian and Sweet Sweet,
Yeah.
where where was that crossing point? K, for
Yeah.
example,
Good.
K,
Good.
K,
Good question. Good point.
K, basically you parted ways after graduation in high school, but then cause someone nakita,
Spent your adult life separate.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and then nakita mo, and then sparks were there, and then yeah. So yeah, so to the couples out there, do reach out if you want to, tell your story. We'll be glad to host it.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
That'd be another how to say another trip down
Memory
memory
lane.
lane at
Yeah,
in their point of view.
exactly. Next box. Gapatintero, Scotty, Chinese Garter sa quadrangle.
High school or grade school?
I think both. Well, no, because this is
This
high
was high
school.
school. This was
This is
high
high school.
school.
Yeah, this box is
Wala
meant for
naman
high school.
kay patintero at the time. They were more of like sports.
Yeah,
Tamang
basketball.
gyapon, but I remember ilang biyongko they were so good at it. So
All right, let's skip that.
let's skip that because probably
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
I'll skip the most intriguing of them all.
Yeah, skip it for
yeah.
make it best for last, I would say.
All right, next box. Miss Corpus.
Bem Bem.
We have the same answer.
Sure.
Yeah. I remember this time as well. We were close when she became Miss Corpus.
You were close.
Yeah,
As
we
friends?
were close. Yes, we were.
Very good
I
friends.
remember ko we
Talababat?
yeah. Telebabad mi ato sa una. And then yeah,
Man,
she deserved
which year
it.
was this?
Fourth year ko.
That's why busy ang inyo.
This was
Tawagan ka mabisi.
yeah, most probably. We the time so she won Miss Corpus and the same time we won the
Battle of the Bands.
Battle of the
Yeah.
Bands. Oh,
But
yes,
she deserved it though. Like,
yeah, she was smart.
hold up. I don't just on the top when you told me about Talibabad, was your number at home 6122?
3506122.
Oh god.
Yeah, yeah. Great memory, my friend. Um,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah. So yeah, shout out to Bam Bam.
Them, yeah, for sure. I
Congrats.
mean,
You
they're
deserve that.
those were moments, and of course, guapa dagan guapa mo na to sa atong batch. And obviously, there are some folks like I think Sam also. Sa Maymay was also with like Samantha Dungog was also Miss Corpus.
Yeah, Miss Corpus siya, 'di ba?
I think
Third
so.
year?
She probably was. Yeah, she was. Was it either she won or a runner up? So
Yeah.
and I probably could ask her. I could probably ask her.
Yeah. I saw, I think, kang Queenie man siguro. Kang Queenie or kang Amy nga bingo, Sam was the,
Had my
yeah, yeah, had my on Miss Corpus. Next box. Still can recite a Shakespeare sonnet.
yet here Laertes
I would put you in this box, to be
board
honest.
aboard for shame.
Yeah,
The wind sits
I
in the
knew you
shoulder
could
of your sail.
you can still recite
Yeah.
that shit.
Laertes speech. Some. I mean, those were the defining moments of when you either was a good speaker,
Mm.
a confident one, or you just didn't know your Shakespeare. But Shakespeare was hard. I mean, you told me earlier that you really liked the
Yeah,
arts, especially Shakespeare.
yeah.
But you remember, it wasn't even a sonnet; it's a speech. So
Yeah. Well, the Shakespeare I really enjoyed was the Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet, yes,
Not
the
because of anything,
tragedy.
but because of that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It blew my mind because, and my wife Shane would attest to this. Kapilan ako siya gitanaw because I like the modern artistic take of the movie,
Yes,
but at the same time keeping in with the literature of Shakespeare,
yes,
especially sa ilang dialogue.
especially the dialogue. Yeah,
Yeah, and it also, I know this is maybe lame or shallow, but to me the handling of the guns,
and then the
symbol
names of the guns.
names of the
Kita
guns
bro,
symbolizing the
the
swords
swords.
of the original, that was, to me, kato siya.
Yeah.
Awesome, really great. I love that. I would watch that again, to be honest.
So you really,
Mag
really loved it.
Yeah, magreklamo, Shane would always hate me. Sige, pila ba na ni mo balik-balikon?
Ako ang sige ako
Nakagusto kang Leonardo.
ako ang sige balik-balikon was the tradition the contemporary take on Shakespeare ni Kenneth Branagh.
Oh yeah,
The
the
Hamlet,
sige,
Hamlet.
Hamlet, diba? Hamlet was
He
I
was the
saw
guy,
saw
man.
the I thought what's about a couple years ago, Othello. That was also nice. Wait, Othello was Shakespeare, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the
Kasabantang Sir Ralph
Samantha.
Ani.
Sir,
The way he taught with passion. Grabe siya.
grabe to ba?
Amazing ka siya.
Totally underappreciated methods of catching and commanding attention.
I wouldn't say he was underappreciated. He was appreciated really well.
Very much so in our well, he took a lot of flack also. I mean, he was quite hard on my classmates because remember if you didn't do your shit, he would tear up your work or he would
Yeah, but
let you stand on the chair.
that made the subject famous or infamous.
Yeah. Di
You know,
maganahan nga mo pop imong head dito sa
Yeah, exactly.
bintana, right? Because you
Mhm.
don't want to see, you know when somebody didn't have an assignment because makita ni mo, oh, there's a guy without his
You know what
paper.
what I wish
Didn't do his
that
vocals.
I did more when Sir Ralph was there, was teaching us, is not to na-ignore na ko sa una katong yang mga explanations of why certain characters behaved the way they were.
Mhm.
And come to think about it, for example, for me, I would appreciate movies with a very flawed character
Yes.
because I can see humanity and I can see individuals battling their decisions and their morals and excuse me, whatever ideals that they have.
Sure.
And those were exactly the characters that Shakespeare had.
This is the way I mentioned that before because I speaking for myself, was and am a knucklehead, we would think that the interpretation of those flawed characters was corny
True.
and they were
True.
over the top.
Yeah.
But if you watch him in his element and you see how
Yeah.
he explains Macbeth,
Yeah. Exactly.
you know na I'm getting my money's worth here in this class.
Yeah, exactly. And
Diba?
I could still remember him interpreting the phrases
Yeah.
phrase by phrase, what it meant to Shakespeare at the time.
When he wrote it.
Yeah, when he wrote it and what it meant to the character of that story. It was super. Moto akong gimahayan gid kay
You were looking at that angle.
Yeah.
Kami sa likod, we were shivering timbers. Kaya go wait mi nga, di unta i-bring up ang vocabs
Well,
assignment. I was
this
like,
is no.
man, that was,
I'm looking at it this way karon kay na realize naman nako unsa to yang gipang storya.
yeah.
Same as with you and most of us sa una nato ang atong hunahuna ato nga time is dili ta matawag
Oh man.
o
Kaya
dili
ayun kasi
mag-quiz.
dili
Mao gid.
mag-quiz and
Oh.
dili matawag.
Exactly. And but yeah, shout out
Playing-
Sir Ralph.
Yeah.
Hats off
Playing
to
not
you.
to lose. Obviously, that was definitely hats off.
Which makes me think I have an upcoming long holiday in a couple of weeks time. I'll probably watch one.
Romeo and Juliet again.
No, I'll probably rewatch Macbeth this time. Sorry, not Macbeth. Hamlet.
Hamlet.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on with this Hamlet for sure.
Yeah. Which is a great segue to the next box is who's your favorite teacher?
I think we have the same. And for one,
What do you mean?
I think we have the same. I don't know. My favorite teacher that
Mhm.
I really admired
Mhm.
because of how she explained also and how she carried the it was a difficult subject.
Yeah.
Teacher Lenny Gako.
Yeah, same for me. I adored her.
We did.
Because in the middle of high school we knew her story.
I didn't know. I knew
Yeah.
only after some time, like probably college.
Yeah, correct
So
me if I'm
pathetic.
wrong, pero katong
There-
na feature
these
ba siya sa
incidents, MMK.
MMK, di ba?
Malala. Yes.
Yeah. So
Didn't know.
she was not as intense as Sir Ralph, but she also taught the subject with passion and
Yeah.
with integrity and with resolve sa iyang mga tinudluan.
She gave me a perfect score on my last film review for
Yes, the film review.
Tinimbang Ka Ngunit Kulang. So
Yeah.
I had that project. It was on a printout I printed using McCoy's computer on MS how to say on it was on WordStar. I
WordStar,
printed it on
classic.
WordStar and it was in the library for some time and it was a perfect score. That's
Yeah.
why I really love that part. Lenny Gako.
But yeah, shout out to you, Teacher Lenny.
Teacher Lenny.
Thank you for the lessons.
Espasol.
You hold up. Yes. All right, let's move on to the next box. Kay dagan pa ni.
Varsity 5 sa naka-box mo 5x5. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Go for it. Yeah.
Varsity player.
Varsity player. Naka-batch, no? Daghan man. I would remember
Can't believe you have to think about it.
daghan good sila. I don't want to say it's
I mean, Jai to me is the ultimate
for-
varsity player.
Was he?
Sa atong batch.
more of some music mo good. I was admiring him as a bass player.
Martha was also a varsity player.
Martha, yeah.
Yeah,
So sa
she was
girls,
pretty
sa girls, yeah.
she was pretty active.
Martha, Karen,
Karen, yep.
yeah, soccer.
All right. Give a shout out to your kabarkada. That's the next box.
Shout out Attorney Mercadal Cappadocia, Dr. Joseph Garcia.
Mhm.
What's happening? Mark Vincent Waikalo. Yeah,
Cool.
those are my boys.
All right.
How about you?
Dude, that's a long list. All right. All right.
Shout out.
Badit Ragas. Sorry, ladies, I'll be ako madumduman sa inyong apelido sa katuwa pa mo ni Minyo. Sorry about that, but yeah. Badit Ragas, Karen Hernandez, Apayo Yang, Amy Villaraza, Joseph, Jeffrey Bancoro, Ian Villarta,
Brian Monteza.
Brian Montaza, Dudes or Bully. Deo. We spent quite a bit of time way before. Rocky Sarate
Rocky Sarate.
at some point. My Rhythm Beer crew, Ryan, Chinky, Cherries, ayan si Villa.
Funky bunch. Speaking of Deo York Talo, I want to tell you about this subgroup that I had
Mm-hmm.
in grade six. This is the, how to say, a super team in terms of investigatory projects. We invented the okra icing,
I
and
remember this, yes.
the group consisted of yours truly, Deo York Talo, Heinz Linditan, and Abe Sia. What
Dude,
a
you were lost in that group.
what a funky group! And that group was exempted
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
in science and technology
Yeah,
exam fourth quarter.
yeah.
And we almost won it all against the villainous Mercadal Cappadocia, Rizal
Riza,
Rizal Villa, Vi, what was it? Right, Riza
Riza, right?
Riza V, yeah, yeah.
What's yung apelido na Riza?
Valdehueza.
Valde, what?
Valdez, I think, yeah.
Are we murdering her
Are
family
we
name?
Riza V?
Okay, hold on. Valenzuela, Jesus.
Valenzuela.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wait. Is that the right one?
Riza Valenzuela, yes.
Did I
You did not murder. It's correct.
Valenzuela, di ba?
Valenzuela, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And then you had Samay,
Keanu.
Quijano,
Yeah.
and the great Mark Vincent Waikalo.
How did you fucking win that against
They won.
those
No, no, they
guys?
won it. They won
Oh,
it.
they won it.
We were third or second.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry for the discrimination, but dude, let's face it. That
Unwinnable.
that
That combo.
those are the monsters,
What mga
basically.
monsters, bro?
Yeah, those are the
That was like
monsters.
LeBron James before LeBron James.
Yeah.
No one can't touch that.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Yeah. All right, fair enough. Um, HS Tambayan.
High School Tambayan. And for me, NVM and Big and Small.
Yeah, I would say Lakiran.
What a dude.
Yeah,
Lakiran.
Lakiran and
Boy paniid.
and then that joint where we used to eat lunch back in second year high school.
Asa dapitan na?
Katong tapad sa paggawas ni mo sa high school sa nasa right side. Biggest din.
Dili,
Sa
kanang ilang
biggest
Michael
one.
Roa.
Mama Sierra na?
Ilahan ni Joanna Ricacho. Kanang na
Oh,
TV. Nga na yung mga table nga. Basta munaog ka niya. Before Big and Small.
Then
Nga lang
I'm,
sa
I'm not sure.
barbecue.
Basta kay
Kabaliga ginanggang.
kabalo ko ako si Brian, probably Jeffrey siguro anang nga time. Mag-lunch mi dito kay kabalo ko ang mga fourth year na mga gwapa mga naog or mag-lunch ka po na pilid to.
Dito pasulod.
Yeah.
Nasa
Yeah.
dito sa kilid sad. Padong mega homes, di ba? Naman ito yung marag, or
Yeah,
kananan.
I probably saw my wife in one of those
Yeah.
incidents kay yaman tong mga kabatch ka po.
Believe it or not, akong asawag asas sila gatambay dito sa kanang bitong kanang punuan diha sa Ipilipil ba na? Basta na punuan sa tubang. Kanang kung asa ang gate.
Yeah.
Main gate. Kanang na punuan sa kilid nga circle bitaw na
Yeah,
sa semento. Barely
Ang
remember.
kana pong atbang basketballan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kana. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Weird tambayan. Tennis court.
Yeah, tennis court. Next box. Favorite singer.
Favorite singer would be because I did how to say play with him. I would say Ryan Mugot.
Yeah, same. Also a bit biased kay yeah, we played with him for how many years?
Years, man.
Years.
Played years.
I don't think, and I can say this, I don't think Rhythm Beer would be Rhythm Beer without him.
Props for him.
Yeah.
Siya na ni kanta fourth, was second year high school, I think. Basta nag-classmate mo na ni kanta na siya og mura og Disney song na a cappella.
Yeah.
First time from a guy nga barot akong balibo. Him singing. Good, great voice, I would say.
I know we gave out a shout out to her, but Sweet as well would be my best one sa female singers. Shout out to you, Sweet.
She wasn't even in the Glee Club. She was on her like That was her
Oh,
thing.
wasn't she?
Yeah, I think so. Grade school, probably we were here and there. Not the. I don't remember her from Glee Club. Because akong kapare sa Glee Club before, grade school ko was Queenie Sid. We used to do Grease together.
Oh
Siya
yeah,
akong,
Queenie
she was my
Diane.
Sandy.
Mm.
Summer days, turn away. I was the, how to say, John Travolta's.
You did that number?
Yep.
Of course you did.
Yeah. We had summer nights, summer days there.
All
Me and
right.
Queenie.
Next
Next
box.
box.
Loyalty awardee.
You and me. You and me, my friend.
Mm, yeah, but I think there's a lot of us in this box.
Yeah. I think 1,725 to be exact. Now there's a lot of us.
Band major, majorette.
Did we have Satang batch?
Not sa tong batch, but kanumdum ko na usa 3 years ahead, 4 years ahead.
Yeah.
Si Togle, right?
Sarah Togle.
Was it Sarah? Was
Yeah.
her name Sarah?
Sarah Togle, yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
Mestiza.
She was plenty
Semi
cute.
blonde hair.
Yeah.
Like a Drew Barrymore, so dreamy eyes. Now,
Yeah. She
That's
was plenty cute.
very, very cute. She would be the only band majorette in my mind. Too. If you said band
Yeah,
majorette, it was her.
Yeah, exactly. Sakto ba ako memory?
Togle.
Togle, di ba?
Togle, it's gotta be Togle. Yeah.
All right. Kasabay pa uli. No questions for me. Si Badit gina kay Kaswagan, Bayabas, on the way.
For me, pag makuha lang mi, and kung naang ang, how to say, naaang ka ng, how to say, 4x4 sa ang airpods, o kanang owner type jeep before,
Mhm.
akong kasabay is Rago family.
Of course. Balilig.
Coming and going. Coming
Alright.
and going. Yeah. Open type man to say, it was really, really it was a good car. Like 8 of us were there at the back. So, and it's a owner type Jeep. It's a small Jeep. But God,
Was Liling always Liling even before?
man. Who she is was who she was and who she ever will be. Yes.
Liling can be an adjective in itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Nagit
You're
siya-
just a liling.
Exactly. Right? Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Next box. Elocutionist, orator, speaker.
In my mind, that would always be I always battled with her many, many times. April and Uy Ang Cinco. Yes.
To me, I would say Cookie Musni. There was one performance. Di lang ko kadumdum kung high school ba ni or grade school. She entered and she won a competition on
I think on a national scale, or was it? Was it
yeah, I
something?
think so. Nakatanaw mi once katong sa City Central School, 02 or
Was it
some other
was
school.
it the alms? I'm not sure if this is a me or her, but this is the alms. Spare me a piece of bread.
I can't remember. Basta nandun ako si Cookie.
Si
lang.
Cookie.
Mm.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, she
Yeah.
was.
She was really good
She's
at that.
good. She can be in character also, which is intense.
Her and Apai had obviously completely different styles because
Apai,
of
man.
completely. But Apai also had the.
She's tough.
So I would describe Cookie's performance as more the the intense
Intense.
one, the sharp, the intense. Apai, on the other hand, had confidence, the swag, and the style as well. Na siya, ano, it's in her personality as well.
Yeah.
A1 child,
Catherine and Bass.
yeah, same. Suki sa lunch. I don't know what this means.
Suki sa lunch.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in high school, akong suki always sa lunch was I would always go to katong kasabitong pa Fanta and yum pizza. And
Sa grade school man eh.
grade school and then high school
Kung
was
sa high school.
tempura and mango shake.
We
That
were
was
on
the
the
combo.
same. Yeah, we were on the same combo katong nalito.
Obviously, kung fourth year ta, ang atong kasabay sa recesses, ang second year high school, remember?
Di ba alternate man to?
So was it what? First year and third year. Second
Ano
year
ba?
and fourth year.
Ano ba?
I think so.
Tanong gani alternate na para dili magdumog no? Mo ba?
So
I
you,
I, I can't I can't
so
remember.
you can't corrupt the minors.
I never did. Oh wait, no.
Hold up.
Hold up. I'll take that back.
Take that back.
I take that back.
Okay.
All right.
You you may slightly have had a run in.
Slightly. Yeah.
Cool. Moving on to the next important box in our lives.
Favorite dancer.
Uh, she would definitely kill me for this. Eloisa Jane Daniel.
Oh yeah, she was really graceful. She was talented as well.
She super talented, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
She be the one. She be the one.
Also Judy,
Oh,
Mara.
Judy May Rodriguez.
Judy, igagaw mo.
Sorry, she was cousin. She was a
All right.
cousin. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
So
Second degree.
last box,
Mm.
but definitely not the least, the CNBs.
I give that to you. You know the story. This blew up in the bingo. Tell the story.
No, let's discuss the story later.
Fine.
Pick one guy and a girl.
For me, ang sikat kay before sa atong batch nga crush ng bayan was uh there's this guy
You
this
really have to think about
Harvey
this.
it's a guy, man. See, Harvey Neri was always like, it's Harvey.
Dili mo na nato kabatch si Harvey. Jesus
Crush ng bayan
Christ.
man ka.
Lagi, sa ato nga kabatch. Let's start with ours. Jesus.
Jobo?
Sorry, no, I'm not. Sorry, I'm not laughing.
I didn't expect that reaction though, Jobo.
Lily, I'm laughing because Jobo was definitely the crush ng bayan sa grade 6.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Bobo. Muna nagkatawa ko. I'm not laughing because he's not the crush ng
But
bayan.
you know that he's Lou Francis na kalaban, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where did that Jobo come from?
Jobo was the shit sa grade school.
That was a guy.
Yeah, she na noon.
He, man.
He
That was,
dumugan
like,
siya sa mga
Giawayan.
Giawayan siya.
Yeah,
That was
Hawaiian. The reason for multiple open forums and smashed.
hold up. Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Intersection, open forums, a lot of intercessory praying, a lot of cat fights.
Good looking guy.
Yeah.
Great hair. Wala ko naila si Jobo in grade school, but I'm pretty sure he had that.
Yeah. Another crush that crush ng bayan that in my mind before that was like I had a crush on, like underclassmen. You want a batch, right? I did have a
Yeah,
crush on a batch.
you can't.
Momo, Marina Venus.
So let's take this year by year, not year by year, but yeah. So grade school is Mamo and
This box
Jobo.
is going south.
Yeah, exactly. Not what we were hoping for. Jesus. Are we nervous? Really?
We're just being careful.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That is so true. I'm not sure.
Okay. Mga okay.
Di ko kabalo kung i-edit bala ko or
Leave it. The best way to do it is you have to leave it. You have to leave it in.
Okay, I'm gonna fucking leave this.
Leave it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, back to my choices. Grade school, it will have to be Jobo and Mau.
Yeah.
Okay. Who will be yours? Will it be the
For
same?
grade school,
Yeah.
I had April Ann Uyang
Mm-hmm.
and Jobo. Yeah. Why would I
Job,
even put
grabe ni kakakwan Job.
Kita mo ko ato.
Yeah,
I
same.
saw it, man, and it was
Same.
crazy. Like this guy. Why bother?
Yeah, no one.
But
yeah.
he had a growth spurt, and he was a lefty basketball player, and he was
He had appeal.
he was playing baseball, football, and he could sing, and he was in a band, and he
Ay,
had a,
oo ba? Nagkanta man
ay, kanta na siya sa stage nga.
Unsa gito yung
Nagtitilian ang mga babae at
Unsa gito
talagang
yung-
ang daming mga na-snap na mga panties that time. Talagang narinig ko yun. Narinig ko yun talaga nagkaroon ng mga
Jesus.
talagang kayo nga bugto.
Again, I'm not sure if we're
We
leaving
have to
this.
leave this in. Jobo will agree. Jobo
God
will
damn it.
support. Will support this.
God damn it. Okay.
But all kidding aside, definitely he had.
This is really going south.
It's it's going sideways and south.
Oh, man.
Lou Francis
Oh, my.
nakalaban, man.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. So,
The man, the myth, the
all right.
legend.
Okay, cool.
But it was great though. It was
Yeah.
great though. Yeah,
Those
yeah,
fun memories.
yeah, yeah.
All right. High school. Come on, man. Give me,
I had, I
give me
had,
a kabatch.
Marine Habines.
Sa high school?
Yeah, Marine Habines was one. We had Karen Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
We had Samantha Dungog. We had, I mean, other bad. Oh, Michelle Noble.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Mm.
Yes. Martha Neri.
You didn't mention Nem Gako.
Ah, si Nem. And one of those nga nagdayon said nga nagdayon og kabatch sila ni Noreen.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting.
So, I would remember,
Si Nem?
and yeah, Nem had a lot of admirers back in high school.
Yeah.
Um,
It was quiet though.
Nem, I would say Nem sa lalaki, sa babae. It's a toss for me between three girls.
Yeah, three girls. Who were these?
So obviously Karen, without any bias.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously kabarkada mi yan. I know like
Even ang mga upperclassmen, even ang mga lower
Look,
batch, right?
being around with Karen is weird because guys would come up to me and say, "Bay, wala gid ka nakagusto ni Karen." I was like, "Wala man ako nagigsuon."
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like sister to me,
I
man.
even saw Karen in grade school and she was even a glow up back then. I mean, grade 6, she was already tall and pretty.
So Mama and Karen were pretty all throughout, and even up to now.
Yeah, yeah.
These girls are gorgeous.
They're gorgeous.
But yeah, it was weird being friends with Karen for sure. Okay, and um, kalimot ko kinsa to nangutahan sa ako. I think it was upperclassmen and nangutahan siya. Kausa mo naguyab ni Karen? I was like, what? No, dude. I didn't have a thing and will never
You'll
have
never
a
have
thing
a thing. Lagi.
for
That's-
Karen because like she's my sister
Yeah.
basically. Same thing with the pie. Someone also like asked me like, whatever ka gusto?
I never
no,
had a-
no, man, no.
I never had a thing.
So it's a toss up between Karen, Mau Mau, obviously, okay, and don't forget Anparas.
Leslie Ann Perez.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anparas also had quite a bit of admirers back in the day.
Yeah, when remember this actress Christina Ricci?
Yes.
Yeah,
She looked,
Definitely. She looked a little bit like her. Yeah.
especially atong paggawa sa itong movie nga
Caspa.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
Mga ng mga tao nga nabuang paggawa si Devon Sawa na nyagitanan.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was the
That's
Jobo factor as well, having a butterfly hair and
Jobo was the poor man's Devon Sawa, I guess.
Jesus, don't. Why?
If he's
Come on,
gonna
man.
if he's gonna be a crush ng bayan, he better earn it. So yeah, he's earned it on this podcast.
Oh man. Wala kabalo na ko unsay title ani nga
He cool.
podcast.
He cool about this.
He
I'm
cool,
sure.
yeah.
He cool about this for sure.
All right.
Any more boxes? Like, is there a big box that we can write his name on?
No, it's
No more?
probably that. But yeah, those are
But
those were
remember,
the
we
boxes.
had if you noticed, most of the circle that we spoke about or the names, like what you mentioned on your disclaimer earlier, was pretty much the group or the people that we know about.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
aside from batchmates, they were from the same section or from a close by section like R and S.
Yeah, yeah.
But we found common ground also with activities that we did with our batchmates that were not on like our circle.
Yeah.
So obviously I have a cousin
Mm.
that is in another section, George Suarez, and
Yeah.
I would have dinner and I would stay in their house
Yeah.
and stay until evening, and they would have his friends
Yeah.
come down and we would have a chat and we would even play basketball. So there were a lot of activities that I was exposed to that sort of I had friends likewise that
Mm.
were in different sections, and we had a ton of fun. Clubs also introduced me to those bits,
Yeah.
like being in, how to say, being in the like a mall Christian club, like a RS club, and also this PMT. So
Mm.
we were pretty much the rowdy crowd, and there were really good times when you have your like schoolmate or batchmates that you were not
Yeah.
classmates with.
Yeah.
They were a ton of fun.
Same. I mean, mostly for me, again, going back to the bands with dudes, Nilandeo, Sauna. Um, Also spent quite a lot of time. I shout out to Hukoy for commenting on the post actually. I remember now why I hanged out with Hukoy, with Demicris, with
Democris Bay.
dudes, and the rest of the gang because of baseball. That's one. Um, so muna silang and also the Pasawali crew
Hmm.
um, was able to be a part of some of their events and some of their activities. So
Yeah,
I would say I do have some good relationships with the batchmates outside of Section S.
yeah,
Um, but I wish I met and talked to a lot more
agreed.
sa mga kabatch because um, for one I was really shy back in high school. I consider myself as sort of cruising in the sidelines lang
I'd say
um,
like a wallflower. I'd say just
for most of the
most of the
time.
time.
Yeah. So I miss those times to probably hang out with a lot of the cool people in high school, and also uh, I wish um, I experienced all the fun that they had as well. I'm pretty sure ang ang uban natong batchmates had a lot of fun more than what we are describing right
Absolutely,
now.
absolutely. And we don't want to speak a lot about it, but obviously naman ginang like unsa ka no kung naka nga section unsa
Yeah,
ka what kind
yeah,
of fun did they have? And
yeah,
I'm
for
pretty
sure.
sure everyone had fun. I
Yeah,
mean, we were
yeah.
kids. We had simple joy.
We
Yeah.
were also see Ivor was one
Hmm.
of my very close friends before siya nabalin sa line
Nice section.
section. And I saw when he transferred to another section, he had a lot more fun in that sayang bagong group of
You had a lot
friends.
of energy though.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I
Ivor.
wish I just wish that I was nga wala ko dili kay ko ulawon sa una so I
Mm-mm.
could approach people and have a talk with them or bond with them on certain activities, but yeah.
Did you know na hapit ta mag-classmates sa fourth year? I think I told you that first quarter. Na
Um,
ESCO.
really?
Mm.
I can't
After
remember that. I remembered na Arco, third year.
na ARCA for third year.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Very weird.
I don't
And
know.
then nabalik ra gyapon ka after some time.
And then yeah, it was weird. Kay it was in the middle of the class, and it was like, Dave, balin ka na sa arts.
You know what happened? I think this was the same time that I transferred to S.
Oh, third year man to.
I think we had a swap. Okay, I didn't miss. I didn't make a cut as a particular subject. There was a grade that I went under, and you probably went
Hinana
over.
de. Hinana
Mama
de
to,
na.
they would tell your parents that you,
I did not remember.
dude, wala ko kadumdum nga naka sa third year. I don't know what kind of multiverse that was, alternative universe, but
I remember that exact moment. Kay
kita ka sa ako.
wala.
I was probably on the other side.
So kabalo ko
Dude.
na nakatransfer ko R on one quarter ba siguro to.
Kind of
It
lagi, and
was
then you got
so weird.
reinstated. Really weird. Like a crossover.
Yeah, it was crossover. Um, Jesus, okay,
I told you,
jeez,
time flew.
Jesus,
I had a alert, and then it was just saying stand up, but
yeah.
man,
How do you want to end this? Okay, two-part question.
yeah.
Number one, do I edit that part?
I would say for my sake, don't.
Okay.
Probably you don't. We've been very honest about.
Jesus, hold on. So if I'm looking at myself on the monitors, pula kaya akong no. Sige, kinatawa.
Okay. Pikot na kay ko. Marag na brush up na sa akong buhok ba?
Yeah. Um.
Dude, don't. I mean,
Yeah. No. No. No.
the
I'm just kidding.
the
It was.
it's one of those things that I would probably not even regret saying because the guy turned out to be a really great father and a great
Of course.
husband,
Of course.
and we're proud that we were a part of his life with sa banta because those band days were not easy.
Yeah. I
We
mean, for me, I'm
cash
I'm I'm
strapped
I'm,
and
I'm
all that.
proud to
So
have known these guys,
yeah, both of them. Yeah,
especially
this couple.
um, especially during the Rhythm Bureau days. Kay, I saw them how they how they cared for each other,
Yeah,
how strong their relationship was back then. It's nice. It's funny lang kay it's sa unsa ka um unsa ka bibo ni Jobo atong nagilami is unsa pud ka work interesting yang yang pagka-crush ng bayan sa grade
yeah, yeah,
6
yeah.
which is
Backstory is grade school.
yeah, it's fine.
I think I want to end it with this. Like I want to end it with the slam book question.
Sambo question, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, by the way, did I say it in this episode? So everybody keeps saying slum book.
Well, I didn't mention it in this. No.
Yeah.
No.
So everybody keeps
Slum book.
saying slum book, and mo pa akong gakanungan sa una. But
Your
when
slum
I
book.
when I did my research, it's actually spelled SLAMBOOK. It's slam book. Yung kabalungan ng but anyways, it's a
Sa
minor
ato
thing.
kay
Slam book man gid, di ba?
pwede mo sulatan akong autograph. Autograph.
Pa-autograph
Before,
lagi.
autograph.
All right, go ahead with your slam book question.
Tell me your most embarrassing moment. You had none. For me, I had many to mention. I would say a lot of gaffes.
Give me one.
One
Give me one nga grabe gid.
that really resonates with me until now, and I would never forget it.
Mhm.
This was when I was in grade 4. Okay, and this was in headed to how to say this was headed into Christmas party, Christmas time, and that particular 2 weeks, si Olvi Dison was out because she had the chicken pox. And you know how it is. When maayo ang tao pag mahuman siyang chicken pox, that's when they're most communicable.
Mm.
I noticed that I was starting to get something. I was starting to itch. I was starting to get signs of like fever and whatnot. So I still came to school because I always wanted. Ganahan ko musulog classic. I didn't want to be absent. I noticed that I was really quite ill, and then teacher Maluneri
Termalunary.
noticed that I was having certain signs of shingles,
Mhm.
and she threw me out of class. Um, it was my fault partly, but she threw me out of class, and she really said, "You get out. You leave my class. You get out." And our classroom was at the second to the last top floor. I mean, you were at fourth grade 4, and I had to come down the stairs, and I was almost like half crying, half sad, half upset
Oh, don't tell
because
me
I was
nahulog ka.
wala ko nahulog, but it was in the middle of the class, and I was thrown out of class, and I was embarrassed to even come back to
Mhm.
like for that time.
Okay.
I was so embarrassed to a point wherein I did contract, chicken pox, and the worst part is, but don't touch Christmas. So I spent Christmas like bedridden, and even ako mga cousins who were also corpus. They were poking me with a stick. They couldn't get close to me. So embarrassing to a point wherein, shit happens. But I couldn't blame her for acting like that. But I still remember how I felt that time. I was really really embarrassed by it. And the how to say the honorable mention would be um nag pinamunwak-munwak ka tayo ko, nagpasikat, naglakaw-lakaw backwards, and na-shoot ko sa basurahan. Kanang mubuwit ang basurahan.
Classic.
So,
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, I'm still trying to remember Margulak koy.
I'm pretty sure it's just these. We probably had, but with a group of. There was a lot of incidents in high school that were
Yeah.
a lot of hijinks akong gitawag, di ba? Like magsumbagay sa corridor and whatnot.
Or
But
nakatunog tae.
oh yes, or okay, let's leave it sa nakatunubog
Yeah,
tayo na lang.
yeah,
Oh, let's not go there. The actual
Yeah.
act.
True story. Yeah.
True stories,
All right. Cool. I think.
Well, we live to tell about it on the second part of reliving the 90s.
Yeah.
Such a simpler time.
Yeah. And yeah, it makes me think about um what if just like what you said earlier. What if you know things happen in a different way? What if I was not that shy? What if um we were not into that music? Things like that. Or what if we were? What if we had a different circle? What if we were in a different section? Um,
What would
how
how would it yeah
yeah, how
how
would
would it
it be? You know.
yeah those
Um,
are the what ifs. That's
yeah.
true.
Um, but also at the same time, very thankful for the memories and the people who we met. Those are really cool people, every
Yeah,
single one of them. Even you mentioning Fritz, I magkakatawa ko may moot ko, and I appreciate him for being that lively guy, that guy
pure pure
with
joy.
pure joy,
Yeah,
and also you know infecting others with joy.
yeah,
Adto nga kabatch. And the different inspiring people, and the different people that you miss as well. um but
yeah,
yeah, it's cool. And also it's also cool to have this us now, the opportunity to talk about it,
yeah.
and r-
Recognize it and
recognize and
yeah,
remembering those
yeah.
moments. So yeah,
And let's give
that's cool.
props also to the institution, the school itself.
Yes, agree 100%.
The school itself fostered an approach towards having kids like us just be us.
Yeah.
And and
Yeah.
Corpus Christi School, whether you were in Little Schoolhouse era or Corpus Christi School, it's
Speaking of being yourself,
legendary.
I would also give a shout out to McCoy Del Fierro.
Mm,
Um, to Because I would always cherish the days or weekends
yeah,
that we have together. McCoy was one of those teachers slash individuals who I had a bond with during those weekends. Na makaingon ko, okay, it was for all this time nga gaskwela ka, you put teachers on a certain level of
like
within the society, within your,
on a pedestal,
well, not
so
really a pedestal, but on a
on a
platform,
platform.
basically.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah, on a platform. But McCoy was obviously he was younger as well, but he it always felt like he was one of us
Mm,
during those weekends. And she he would give us advice, being the more experienced and the older person in the group, but at the same time have fun with whatever's going on. So shout out McCoy for, and also for giving us the opportunity to serve
during
during
those
those
weekends.
weekends.
Mm.
Um, and I would na usa ka story before we end this. Na usa ka story na di na ko malimtan is one of those weekends na si uh, Sir Eric.
Sir Eric Miguel, shout out.
Yeah, Sir Eric Miguel, shout out Sir Bong and si
Bong
Makoy.
Laterio.
Oh, so we were having dinner and na sila tulod ya sa akong tapad. And gibuhat ni Sir Bong, ikuha niyang cellphone ni Sir Eric. Gitago diya. Yari gyatag di Bakoy.
Ah,
Uh, Pag tindog ni Sir Eric, nakabantay siya nga wala mo cellphone. Bay ako cellphone bay. Ah, Sir Bong. Ah, wala ma. Amo na yung cellphone. Yang reaction nagsumbag si Sir Bong. Siya pag binuang ba? Asa ko cellphone? Yeah, si Sir Bong ang si Makoy kasi ginagkatawa. Wala lagi bi kabalo. Classic good.
classic.
Classic giga prank mo. Wala lagi bi kabalo. Pakita ko di gabiin naman to.
Ah,
Ya grabe si Sir Eric kay kanung
oy.
niabot ng kasagbutan. Nagita ija sa cellphone. May ako gagagikik lagi ko katawa.
Ano mabot ka sa kutan?
Kay doon katong na may murag ka ng na may murag bush nearby. Yeah, oh. Sir Bong. Basig naulog dia pakita.
Kami kapahamak. Grabe ka pahamak
Grabe
ka.
naging katawa. Hindi na
So
ako
out of character
Yeah,
sa
so
ano ni Sir Bong.
exactly.
Oh
So
my
that
God.
was one of those moments nga ma-appreciate na ako. Hindi na ako malimtan kay I mean, especially Sir Bong,
Especially Sir
man.
Bong. Yeah, yeah.
Like, Sir Bong is Sir
Cannot imagine.
Bong.
Yeah.
And na-break niya yung character bitaw at that moment
Yeah,
nga.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in my
He
eyes, Sir
kept in a
Bong,
very straight face na ano niya, na pull off
exactly.
niya ang prank.
Yeah.
You know?
And when he pulled off that prank, I was like, holy shit. There is another side of Sir Bong? Really? And mo dugkay kinauli ang cellphone. Grabe no katawa to.
Ang di na ko
Man.
malimtan na memory sa Eric, medyo ko na apilan ng lasers, no? Kana I've never been in one of his classes na nag-proctor siya, but
Mm,
yun ako yung gagaw sa una na salto ka na siya mag-klase kay mag-exam na, no?
mm,
Papatunga siya, lingkod siya sa tunga. Mag-shades.
mm,
Mag-shades. Yeah,
Ma-
mag-exam.
mm.
Lingkod na siya sa tunga, mag-shades. Di ka makabalo asa siya
Gatanaw. Yeah. Yeah.
Classic.
Sir Eric po,
Man.
di ba nag-coach mo siya og kuan?
Soccer.
Football.
Mm.
Soccer. Then, there was this one time nga nag-abot mi sa football team o sa baseball sa, si tawag na? Sige, ng sports center. Abot. Di ko kalimutan na saya. Ano siya daw? Grabe ka classic
Sige.
nga.
Thunder thighs.
Grabe ka classic nga saying. Ano siya? Kabalo mo. ang, ang pinakamaayong nga soccer player. Kanang musipa ang padulong sa Gaisano pero moabot og limkit kay. I will never forget a super random quote. I don't know if it was inspiring or plain gibberish. It was fucking insane. Musipa ka yung direction Gaisano pero moabot og limkit kay Amula. I knew he meant that it was a spin, something about
Right.
yeah.
Right. Or just,
But
just
the way he described it is just so
classic, being
classic.
Eric Miguel.
yeah. The classic Eric Miguel.
Thunder thighs.
Sir Eric, kung, kung makapabilaw ka, ani, kabalo ko imo. Oh man, Jesus. The most random shit I've ever heard in my high school life. But it's also true if you
It's
think
true,
about
it's true,
it.
it's true.
If,
yeah,
if, if you if you see the top football players, the amount of curve,
yeah, spin and
the spin
bend
and
it
the
like
curve,
Beckham, kumbaga.
that was the
Yeah,
Gaisano
yeah.
to to Limkit kay.
Speaking of teachers, ako sang dili malimtan ato as teacher Rose Alemania, she can make a perfect circle sa
Oh yeah,
blackboard.
I remember that.
Remember
Yeah,
that? Like-
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Viral.
Yeah.
If it was done now with all this TikTok phenomenon,
Oh shit.
that's fun.
That was fun. I'm about to pee.
Yeah.
So let's
Let's wrap it up.
wrap it up. Thank you again, guys, for tuning in. This was fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks to everyone
To all
who,
the contributors.
yeah,
too,
exactly, to all the contributors to the topic, and to everyone who's reaching out, whether it be comments or messages.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're basically helping us, go through the episodes smoothly
Yeah.
with your ideas. So please keep them coming.
Yeah. We look forward to making regular content like this. So we really look forward to your engagement,
Yeah.
your topics, whether you want to fact check us or you
Yeah,
want to
please.
kanchow. You feel free to
Yeah.
go ahead and comment because
Yeah.
we are for it. We really need to be very accurate as much as possible.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
are a lot of
exactly.
topics covered today. So
As much as I want to edit out all of the wrong things that we say,
Yeah.
most of the things we just keep it, and we,
Yeah.
and for anyone who wants to correct us, please do,
Yeah.
because it's once you correct us, it'll be another thread of conversation that we would like to have.
I mean, we'd like the corrections part to really validate our recall of
Yeah.
the times that we were
Yeah.
in grade school and high school, and that's this is a 2-part story that I think we can now put as a closed book,
Yeah.
and then we can move on to the next.
Lastly, but not the least, if you want to share your stories on the podcast, do reach out to us. Either
please.
we set up a call, or you can write to us, and we can just read out what you've shared with us
Yes.
on the next episodes.
Yeah.
All right, so this has been your host, Dave Fuentes,
And Mike Rodriguez.
and this has been episode 5 of Foodhaus. See ya.
See you on the next one, folks.
Ciao.
Ikaw lang at wala